Hi everyone. This is a video on all of the functions and features of StaffTrac. It is intended to show you how to sign up for, present, and attend out-of-district PDs and many of the other commonly fielded questions regarding StaffTrac. As always, if you need additional assistance after the video is over, please contact your building ITRT or Wendy Meyer in the Office of Teaching and Learning. Now, let's begin. First, let's sign in to StaffTrac. In order to do this, we are going to navigate to the district homepage, click and hover over the staff icon, click on the applications alphabetical list, and then if we scroll down below the online textbooks, we are going to see a link for StaffTrac. I would also recommend making this a shortcut in your browser in order to be able to find it quicker. So now we're getting into the sign-in page for StaffTrac. So we're going to use our same user ID as our network login and the same password. So that's going to be your first name, last name, as well as the password that you use to regularly log into the computer. If you are having issues with this, it is important that you reach out to someone right away so that it can be corrected. Now that we've logged into StaffTrac, there are two different ways to browse the district professional development offerings. The first one is to navigate to the calendar. So if we click on this tab, it is going to bring up for us a calendar of all of the different events for that month. Right now I can see all of the different May events. When I hover over each of them, it's going to give me a little bit of information about it. For instance, here it tells me that it's worth 1.5 hours of PD as well as 1.5 CTLE hours. Below that is a short description of the course, and it also gives me information about the date and time as well as the location that it will be meeting. If this is a course that interests me, then all I would need to do is click on the Sign Me Up button over here. It's going to have a pop-up screen that says, please click OK to confirm your intentions of attending. So I'm going to press OK on that as well. Once I do that, you're going to notice that the color of that professional development workshop is going to change. You will also be receiving emails alerting you to the fact that you have signed up to attend this professional development workshop. There's also a second method for browsing the district PD offerings. If you scroll to the PD tab and click, it is going to bring us to the PD catalog. Here you can see the name of the course as well as the date and time, the instructor and location, a short description, and then you have the option to sign up for the course. When you click on the sign up button, it is very similar to what you would do in the calendar. So I'm going to click on this course and sign up at the very bottom. Again, it's going to ask you to confirm your attendance, and you'll say OK. It will now come up with a message that lets you know that you've successfully signed up for this course. In both the catalog and the calendar, it is very easy to see which courses you have already signed up for. In the catalog, if you scroll down, you will notice that in an orange pending font, you will see that that is a course that I've already signed up for. I'm just waiting for approval from my primary supervisor. In the calendar, it is going to show up as a green highlighted course. So here it's in green, and that just indicates to me that I have signed up for it already. Now, there's often instances where you've signed up in advance and you can no longer attend the event. In order to cancel your attendance in StaffTrac, in the calendar, if you click on the course, you will notice that this cancel attendance option shows up where the sign me up once was. When I click on cancel attendance, it gives me an optional dialog box where I can type in the reason why I'm not attending. I can press OK. You'll notice that in the calendar, after you unenroll from a course, it will change from green back to the black font. If you signed up for a course in the catalog and it is not listed on the calendar, what you will need to do is click on the PD tab, navigate to My Attended Events, and click Cancel so that you can cancel your attendance. You can type something in the dialog box that appears and press OK. You will now notice that that disappeared from My Attended Events, and you will receive an email both from the calendar and the catalog, letting you know that your attendance has been canceled. If you would like to submit a proposal to present a PD, you will need to click on the PD tab, and then you are going to need to navigate to My Proposed Events. When you click on this tab, over in the corner, a button appears that says Add New Proposal. When you click on Add New Proposal, a new drop-down menu appears in the middle of the screen. From that drop-down menu, you should choose to present a PD workshop. This will bring up a form with a lot of different fields that you will need to complete. It includes the event name, a short description, the number of dates, the maximum enrollment, hours, etc. Just please note that if you are going to be offering a PD multiple times, but you only need to attend one to get the PD hours, you should not enter a number higher than 1 in the number of dates. Instead, you should enter them each as separate PDs, which means you'll have to fill out a separate form for each of these. If you are presenting a PD that is a number of days that you need to attend all of the days in order to get credit for the PD, then you should select however many days it is that you need to meet. On the bottom, with the school restrictions and the department restrictions, please be very careful and cognizant of what you click. If you are clicking something, it is going to limit it only to those people who are entered into StaffTrac as belonging to that department. So sometimes this does exclude other people that you didn't mean to exclude. So I would say to use these very sparingly and only if they're absolutely necessary. On the bottom, you will need to select your primary evaluator from the drop-down menu. And for pay option, you have a few choices. If you are doing the PD for hours, then you should write that it is for hours. If you would like to do it for pay, then you will need to click the for pay option. You should then also hit submit. If you have chosen to present your PD workshop for pay, there is an additional step that you need to follow in order to ensure that you receive payment. On the page where this video is located, there will be a form that you need to complete and fill out. This form, which is the request for PD pay, requires you to fill out some basic information about the course, but it will require your supervisor's approval. Once you have their signature, you will need to return this form to the Office of Teaching and Learning. From the Office of Teaching and Learning, once it has received district approval, it will be sent to HR and you will receive green forms that need to be completed and returned after the workshop has been completed. Without filling out these forms, you will not receive payment. If you are presenting your PD workshop for hours, please note if it is a new course, you will receive an hour for prep time. In order to receive this hour, you should write a note on the bottom of the attendance sheet before you sign it in and let them know that you need to receive an additional hour for prep time. Please note, if you are going to present the PD workshop for pay, you do not get paid for this additional hour of prep time. Once you have submitted your proposal to present an event, it will appear in the My Proposed Events tab. Not only will you see some information about the course, but you will also see if your primary evaluator has approved it. Under the print button, you can check and see who has already signed up, but you will also need to print out the attendance sheet prior to presenting your course. When you click on the print button, depending on what your browser settings are, it may automatically appear or it may appear as a download. Here you can see a list of all of the attendees. They will need to be signed in once they attend the event, so they should provide their signature. This sheet should be turned in within 4 weeks, preferably sooner, to Wendy Meyer at the Office of Teaching and Learning. It is your responsibility as the PD facilitator to make sure that this is accurate, clear, and submitted as soon as you can. Sometimes you would like to attend an event that is not offered by the district but would still count for your professional development after being approved by your primary evaluator. In order to submit this for PD credit, you would need to click on the PD tab and then go to the My Request tab. This looks very similar to My Proposed Events, but when you click Add New Request, the options from the drop-down menu are different. In this instance, you would click on the Out of District PD and fill out the event, being sure to include the event name, a short description, the dates, hours, location, as well as the PD focus area. When you are done filling this out, you will click Submit. All of these requests will show up in the My Requests section. It is important that after you have submitted your out-of-district PD request and it has been approved by your primary evaluator, that you will need to upload some kind of evidence to ensure that they know that you have attended the event. In order to do this, you would go to the My Request tab, find the course, click Evidence, and then you can choose to upload a file. Most often at these events, they'll give you a certificate or they'll send you an email PDF. If it's an email PDF, it's very easy to just choose the file from the files on your computer. But if you got a physical actual certificate, then you would need to scan this and then upload it that way. Once you do that, it can be processed by the Office of Teaching and Learning in order to award you the credit. Each professional development course has a limited number of students who can attend. This is decided by the facilitator of the PD. If you see a course that you would like to sign up for and you proceed to sign up for it, you will still follow the same process that you did before. It has told me that I have successfully signed up for this course. It is always important to see in my attended events what the plan is and what status it is at. Right now, it says that it's pending my approval by my primary evaluator and the processor. Here, it is showing the status. Right now, it is at Plan to Attend. As you can see, it appears that according to the calendar, I am signed up for the Go Guardian and CAMI 101 course. It's easy for me to see this because it is showing up in green. However, when I signed up for this course and it was approved by my primary evaluator, I did receive this email. This email came through and said waiting list for training/event Go Guardian and CAMI 101. In this email, it tells me that I've been approved to the final stage. However, due to the overwhelming response for this event or course, I'm currently on the waiting list. If someone was to drop out of this course and I was to move up on the waiting list to the point where my spot became available, I would once again get an email. This, however, is not the only place where I can check for my status on the event. So if I go into PD and I look at my attended events, right here, it says that it's been approved by my primary evaluator, but it also shows in orange that I am on the waiting list. So there is often some time between the time that you sign up and the time that your primary evaluator approves it. So it's definitely important that occasionally, if you know that a course is very popular or you aren't sure, that you come into my attended events and you just take a look real quick to see what the status is of your course. So you might remember when I first signed up for this course, it did say that I had successfully signed up, but it didn't mean that I was successfully enrolled in the course. So it's very important to make sure that your status is not the waiting list. During the course of the school year, or even during the summer, you may want to check the number of professional development hours that you've completed so far. Many different people have reported different ways to do this, but we have found the best and most accurate way is to go to the My Info tab on the top, click on the Professional Learning tab below it, and see a list of all of the different courses as well as their dates, the number of PD hours, and if they have counted for CTLE or ENL hours. You can export this to PDF and you can even change to the previous year. If for some reason this is not an accurate reflection, please contact Wendy Meyer at the Office of Teaching and Learning to find out why that may be. In addition to professional development, StaffTrac is also the way that we manage our observations and evaluations. In order to see when evaluations are scheduled, you should click on the Evaluations tab and go to My Observations. This will bring up a screen that not only contains the dates, but also who is the observer, as well as what number observation it is. It also is color-coded, so it shows if it's been certified, released, saved, scheduled, past scheduled date. If this is an announced observation and your primary evaluator has requested that you fill out the pre or post observation questions, then all you would need to do is click on the date and then click on the blue link that appears at the top. By clicking, this will take you to a form where you can answer the pre-observation questions and submit them for review by your evaluator.